Two questions on continuity of government.
How come you always have two? Why can't you have one?
Well, they're related.
Every time. I have three questions. I have two questions. Can you give me one instead? Because you have a couple of other people. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go with my second one. The governor of Wisconsin is now talking about delaying the primary, or at least not having in-person voting. So my question is, and I asked this a couple weeks ago, I want to see if you've made any progress on this. Looking ahead to the fall, are you taking steps to ensure that the general election will happen even if this pandemic has reemerged or hasn't gone away?
The general election will happen on November 3rd. In Wisconsin, what happened is I, through social media, put out a very strong endorsement of a Republican conservative judge who's an excellent, brilliant judge. He's a justice. And I hear what happened is his poll numbers went through the roof. And because of that, I think they delayed the election.
Concerned about people going to in-person voting?
I don't know. Why didn't he do it before? He's doing it right before the election.
But do you think
Excuse me. Why did he do this 2 weeks ago? All of a sudden, all of a sudden an election which is taking place very soon gets delayed. Now, I just endorsed him today, and it was a very strong endorsement. His polls, he's gone very high up. And all of a sudden, the governor comes out, the Democrat governor, by the way, comes out and says, oh, we're going to move this election. So I don't know. I hope you're right.
But do you think every state in this country should be prepared for mail-in voting?
No, because I think a lot of people cheat with mail-in voting. I think people should vote with ID, voter ID. I think voter ID is very important. And the reason they don't want voter ID is because they intend to cheat. When you get something, when you buy something, you look at your cards and credit cards and different cards. You have your picture on many of them, not all of them, but on many of them. You should have a picture on your for voting. It should be called voter ID. They should have that. And it shouldn't be mail-in, it shouldn't be mail-in voting. It should be you go to a booth and you proudly display yourself. You don't send it in the mail where people pick up all sorts of bad things can happen by the time they sign that, if they sign that, by the time it gets in and is tabulated. No, it shouldn't be mailed in. You should vote at the booth and you should have voter ID. Because when you have voter ID, that's the real deal. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.
We go back to update on the domestic travel. Secretary, is there one website definition of the stockpile change? Why did the definition of the stockpile change this morning on your website?
All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us for this awesome clip. President Trump exposing mail-in voting. And he's emphasizing on voter ID. That's going to become very relevant within the next couple weeks as we get closer to the 2020 election. So if you guys like this clip, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You share it on social media. And if you missed the president's Q&A with reporters, I'll be linking it at the top of the comments. It should also be coming up on your screen. Any updates that the president did at the press briefing today should also be coming up on your screen in case you guys missed it. Thank you so much for joining us here at Golden State Times. And if you want to see these press briefings live, make sure you join us here at Golden State Times. We stream them live every single day that they have them. So if you want to see it live, tune in to Golden State Times by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you get updated and notified when we go live for another press briefing with President Trump at the White House. Thank you so much, folks, and we'll see you very soon. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Gold State Times. Not Golden, Gold State Times on Twitter, so you can stay up to date on everything that is going on in politics, breaking news, and scoops. We'll see you there.